Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Al Jazeera, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan haven habiyech, head, and now basik and dema, that no just beraz zero, you clogged, kawita pro tried. According to Al Jazeera, United States President Donald Trump has hinted that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could visit the White House as early as next week. Netanyahu reportedly requested the meeting, which would mark his seventh official visit to the U.S. since Trump returned to office in January 2025, and his first since the outbreak of the U.S.-Israeli military conflict with Iran. The visit comes amid visible public tensions between the two leaders, driven by Israel's opposition to the Trump administration's ceasefire negotiations with Iran and Trump's criticisms of Israel's continued military strikes in Lebanon, which threaten regional agreements. Despite these friction points, Trump dismissed speculation of a diplomatic rift, asserting that they get along well and Netanyahu knows who the boss is. Trump suggested the meeting could take place after his return from the upcoming NATO summit in Turkey. The ongoing conflict has sparked significant domestic backlash for Trump, with polls showing declining voter approval and a widespread sentiment that the war is not worth it, presenting a challenge for his administration ahead of the U.S. midterm elections in November. According to RNZ, New Caledonia's newly elected provincial assemblies, the North, the South, and the Loyalty Islands, have successfully elected their respective presidents, setting off intense political negotiations. In the affluent and populous southern province, the pro-France coalition secured 28 of the 40 seats, allowing incumbent Sonia Baquez to be re-elected comfortably. In the Loyalty Islands, Mikael Forrest of the pro-independence camp won the presidency with 8 of the 9 votes. However, the situation was far more complex in the northern province, although pro-independence challenger Pascal Sawa's party held a 1-seat advantage over incumbent president Paul Naya Oudin. The 74-year-old Naya Oudin secured the presidency with 12 votes after gaining last-minute support from pro-France parties, prompting Sawa's group to walk out in protest. Looking ahead, attention turns to the 54-seat Territorial Congress, which holds its inaugural sitting on July 10th. Neither the pro-France bloc nor the pro-independence coalition holds an absolute majority, leaving the middle party, Eval Océanian, as the key kingmaker. Official negotiations on the territory's future status with France are realistically expected to be delayed until late August or September. According to NHK, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has denied Russia's claim that its forces captured a strategic stronghold in the eastern Ukrainian region of Donetsk. The Russian presidential office had previously announced that President Vladimir Putin met with military leaders and received reports indicating troops had seized control of Kostyantynivka, a city of high strategic importance to Ukraine. Zelenskyy dismissed this claim on social media as another falsehood propagated by Moscow to generate news. In a separate announcement, Zelenskyy stated that Ukrainian forces successfully targeted oil and military infrastructure near St. Petersburg, Russia's second-largest city. He shared video footage depicting a drone strike causing fire and smoke at a facility, emphasizing that the target is situated more than 850 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Zelenskyy highlighted the operation as a successful demonstration of Ukraine's long-range strike capabilities against Russian targets. According to a report by the Epoch Times, Russian forces launched their deadliest and most intensive airstrike of the year on the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, on Thursday, The relentless attack lasted for over 11 hours and involved the launch of 74 missiles and nearly 500 drones. According to updated figures from Ukrainian authorities, the barrage claimed the lives of at least 30 people, injured 91 others, and caused damage to approximately 130 buildings. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko described the assault as the largest of its kind on the capital, and a citywide day of mourning was declared for Friday. During the strikes, over 52,000 citizens sought refuge in the city's metro system. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy cut short an overseas trip to inspect the devastation, expressing deep frustration over delayed Western deliveries of promised air defense systems. The strikes heavily impacted civilian infrastructure, completely destroying a Ukrainian Red Cross warehouse and devastating a state biochemistry laboratory. The international community, including the UN and the European Union, strongly condemned the attack, with EU officials proposing new sanctions against Moscow in response to the escalation. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.